Walk down the aisle of any high-end grocery store, and you will find it prominently displayed. Himalayan pink salt has been successfully positioned as the ultimate culinary and wellness luxury. The marketing copy is consistent across brands. It promises a dense profile of 84 essential trace minerals, all naturally preserved within the pristine, untouched environment of the world's highest mountain range. But that pristine, high-altitude image is entirely a work of fiction. This salt is not scraped from snowy cliffs by monks. It is blasted and chipped out of a dark industrial cave system. To find the source, we have to look at this map. The salt is extracted from the Khewra Mine in the Punjab region of Pakistan, a low-altitude area that is nowhere near the Himalayas. Nutritionally, it offers no distinct advantage. It is chemically nearly identical to standard table salt, consisting of 96 to 99% sodium chloride. Crucially, it lacks the added iodine that prevents real thyroid deficiencies. If the mountain purity is a geographic technicality and the health claims do not hold up to scientific scrutiny, we have to ask what exactly is sitting in those expensive grinders. The answer lies about 600 million years in the past, during the late Precambrian and early Cambrian periods. This geological cross-section illustrates the Salt Range Formation. Over millions of years, shallow inland seas evaporated, leaving behind massive beds of salt, known as evaporites. These beds were subsequently buried and compressed under heavy layers of sedimentary rock. Trapped inside those ancient seabeds were mineral impurities. Trace amounts of iron, calcium, and magnesium oxidized over millennia, slowly baking a distinct pink hue directly into the halite crystals. Before it is pulverized for a supermarket shelf, the raw material juts out of the earth as dense, jagged, reddish-pink rock. The premium price tag we pay today is actually for a geological relic. You are seasoning your dinner with the dried remains of an ancient ocean. Humans have exploited this specific deposit for millennia. Archaeological evidence confirms the Indus Valley Civilization was extracting salt from these rocks roughly 4,500 years ago. Local legends claim that in 326 BCE, Alexander the Great's army accidentally rediscovered the veins when their exhausted horses began licking the stones. By the time the Mughal Empire and later the Punjabi Sikhs took control, the extraction had become a highly organized, lucrative trade network stretching deep into Central Asia. In the late 19th century, the British Empire took over the mines. As shown in this schematic, British engineers introduced the room and pillar mining technique. Miners extract 50% of the material, while leaving the other half of the salt in place to act as structural support columns, preventing the ceiling from collapsing. Despite these historical engineering upgrades, the modern extraction process relies heavily on grueling, dangerous manual labor. Workers are still drilling and blasting the rock deep underground, risking their lives for a fraction of the product's retail value. That high-end wellness product, carefully arranged on a stock shelf, is pulled from the darkness by laborers swinging pickaxes. Today, the Khewra Mine is a sprawling subterranean labyrinth spanning 19 levels and extending roughly 25 miles into the mountain. It is so large that it doubles as a major tourist attraction, drawing 250,000 visitors a year to see lit-up salt stalactites and an underground mosque built entirely of pink bricks. But its primary function remains industrial. Khewra produces hundreds of thousands of tons of salt annually, generating tens of millions of dollars in export revenue for the Pakistani economy. That economic engine is heavily dependent on a single neighbor. A significant portion of this rock salt is historically exported across the border to satisfy massive consumer demand in India. In early 2025, following a deadly terror attack in Pahalgam, the Indian government retaliated by imposing a strict ban on all goods imported from Pakistan. Looking at this trade map, we can see how the cross-border flow of pink salt was instantly halted, disrupting supply chains throughout the region and causing steep economic losses for the extraction operations. Himalayan pink salt is a fascinating contradiction. It is an ancient geological evaporite mined through arduous labor in Pakistan and weaponized in modern trade wars, all while being sold to us as a tranquil, health-boosting miracle from the snowy peaks of Tibet.